Hey everyone, so imagine for a second a single privacy layer that could connect every single major blockchain. I'm talking Bitcoin, XRP, you name it. Well, that is the new, incredibly ambitious vision from Midnight, and we're about to break down exactly how they plan to pull it off. All right, let's get into it. This one quote really tells you everything you need to know about where Midnight is headed. This isn't just some small update, folks. We're talking about a fundamental shift in their entire mission, and honestly, it has massive implications for the entire crypto world.
So what does that really mean to go from a sidechain to a universal layer? Well, think of it like this. It's the difference between building a small footbridge for just one island versus engineering an entire superhighway system for a whole continent. Let's see what that looks like in practice.
And here, you can see it, laid out side by side, and the difference is, well, it's stark. On one side, you had a privacy solution really just built for the Cardano ecosystem. On the other, you now have a privacy hub designed for, well, everybody, for the entire crypto space. It's a huge leap in scope, going from serving one community to trying to serve an entire industry.
Okay, but a big idea is one thing, right? You've got to have the tech to actually back it up. So how is Midnight actually building this universal privacy hub? It all starts, as you'd expect, with the mainnet.
And this roadmap really shows you just how far they've already come. They're way past the early sandbox testing phase. Right now, we're in what they call the Kūkolu phase, which is the federated mainnet. Think of it like a project moving from a closed-door test to a big public beta. It's a huge step towards going fully decentralized. And this is the moment everyone's been waiting for. The Genesis block. The literal birth of the Midnight Network is just around the corner. We're talking 75 to 90 days away. This is when the network officially comes alive and the real show begins.
So what is this federated mainnet that we're in? It's basically like a test flight with a crew of expert pilots. IOG and a few of its most trusted partners are running the show, making sure every single system is working perfectly before they open the floodgates to the public. And get this, there are some very credible rumors that one of those partners might be Google Cloud. If that turns out to be true, wow, that's a massive stamp of approval.
But what does this network actually do? Well, it's all built on this idea called rational privacy. The best way to think about it is like the privacy settings on your social media account, You get to choose exactly what you share and who you share it with. It's not about total anonymity, it's about being in control. And this isn't just theory. Devs are already building live smart contracts using this tech as we speak. Talk is cheap. A big vision is just a vision until you can prove you can actually do it. So how is Midnight showing everyone that it can really be a universal platform? By building bridges to some of the biggest, most established names in all of crypto.
And here they are. In just the last couple of weeks, Midnight has announced integrations with both the XRP ledger and Bitcoin. Come on, these aren't just partnerships. These are absolute game changers. This is like a brand new app launching and integrating with both Facebook and Google on day one. It's that big.
Let's start with XRP, because this is fascinating. The XRP ledger by itself can't really support the kind of complex private smart contracts you need for advanced DeFi. Well, Midnight completely changes that. With this integration, you could suddenly have private decentralized exchanges or shielded lending platforms built right on top of the XRP ledger. We're talking about potentially unlocking billions of dollars in dormant capital.
And then, of course, there's Bitcoin. This new bridge lets you take your BTC, wrap it, and then use it privately on the Midnight Network. Now, this is a huge deal, especially for institutional investors. They want to get into Bitcoin DeFi, but they absolutely need the kind of privacy and compliance that Midnight is built to provide. So, with all this insane tech development and these blockbuster partnerships, how's the market reacting to it all? Let's take a look at the Night token and see what the price is telling us about this whole new chapter. What we're seeing with the Night token is something we see all the time, right? It's that classic hype cycle playing out in real time. The initial craziness from the launch is starting to calm down, and now the market is getting serious. It's starting to price in the project's real, long-term utility and fundamentals. This is a super healthy, super predictable part of any new project's journey. And just to put things in perspective, the token shot up to its all-time high of nearly 12 cents back in late December. That was fueled almost entirely by that initial launch buzz and a whole lot of speculation. Since that peak, we've seen about a 20% correction. Now, this is mostly because of the start of the airdrop thawing period. Basically, the first batch of free tokens just became available to people, so we're seeing some predictable selling. It's a normal part of the process, and now the real question is, Where does the price find its footing from here?
Now, one of the coolest things about Midnight's whole economy is its dual token system. First, you have Night, which is kind of like owning shares in the network. You use it for security and voting. And then you have Dust, which is the fuel, the gasoline that actually makes all the privacy features run. This split between governance and utility, it's a really smart design.
All right, so what does this all add up to? We've got a new strategy, a mainnet that's about to launch, and huge partnerships with some of the biggest names in the game. Let's put all these pieces together and see what the future might actually hold for Midnight.
So here's the bottom line. Midnight has completely transformed itself from a kind of niche project into a potential universal privacy hub for everyone. Its mainnet is about to go live, it already has major partnerships in the bag, and it's moving from just a promising idea to a real-world solution. And as the market gets smarter, the focus is shifting away from pure hype and towards utility, and that is exactly where Midnight is built to shine.
And that, my friends, brings us to the billion-dollar question. By connecting with giants like Bitcoin and XRP, Midnight isn't just trying to build a privacy layer for one community anymore. It's aiming to build a privacy layer for the entire crypto economy. Are we watching the birth of a new standard? Kind of like a TCP/IP, but for private transactions? The next few months are going to be absolutely fascinating to watch. Thanks for tuning in.